Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am riding this. This is the KTM 250 Adventure and straight away you can see the headlight has changed compared to the 390 Adventure because this gets an halogen unit. Unfortunately the LED has been dropped, but other than this motorcycle is almost identical to the 390 Adventure in almost every way. Yeah, it is identical, minus the fact that the engine is of course changed, and because of the engine being changed to a 250 from a 390, obviously the sprocket has changed too. Now looks very purposeful, is a little dirty because all of a sudden it started raining in Mumbai for reasons best known to the rain gods, and the lights look really very nice. Everything is LED. Unfortunately the headlight is not, which looks kind of out of place on this rather expensive 250cc adventure motorcycle. And you know, it looks very purposeful, nice elements, good build quality as well. But you know what, that's not the only change. They've also changed the instrument cluster, which is rather basic now. It's an all digital unit of course, because KTM has always got all digital units, but instead of the TFT screen you get an LCD screen. Now this is of course the tachometer, clock, gear position indicator, speedometer, odometer, side stand indicator and info. Now I can actually browse through this, so it's telling me what is the range of the motorcycle and trip time, multiple stuff inside here like average speed, what is the fuel consumption, and you can browse through this as well from the twin trip meters as well. And ABS can be switched between road and obviously you know what, all the electronics have been dropped from this motorcycle unfortunately, which is kind of baffling. So you know what, basically this is a cost cut version of the 390 Adventure. Should you rather just get a 390 Adventure by paying around I think 77,000 more? But before that, let's rev the engine, listen to it. That's rather smooth. Let's get riding.
Alright, let's get going. Straight away, let me tell you that I think I'm riding a 390 Adventure, but then I see this cheap switchgear and I realize no, this is the 250, not the 390. But you know what is the biggest problem of this motorcycle? You guessed it right. It is exactly the same in weight as the 390 Adventure with a smaller heart, which makes it kind of slow. Yeah, I never liked the 250s from KTM somehow. I found the 200 really nice, frantic. The 250 with 30 PS of power. Okay, bad roads, no problem. Here we go. Yeah, that is the advantage of an Adventure long travel suspension. But you know, again, 390 Adventure suspension does a good job, but still on the stiffer side without a doubt. Cornering this bike, no problem at all, but still it kind of feels heavy for what it has to offer for a 250cc engine motorcycle. Now this is a 248.8cc single cylinder, liquid cooled, all that stuff, all the nice tech which you would expect from KTM, but kind of cries when you push it in the top end. You know why? Because the top end gets over very fast. So it's like a very small rev range in the top end, because low end isn't great, mid range is really very nice, and in the top end, before you know it, it's already hitting the red line. I can feel a lot of vibes on the peg somehow. I can feel the vibes on the handlebar, on the seat too. So yes, plenty of vibes on this motorcycle. 30 PS of power and 24 Newton meters of torque. Identical formula across all 250cc motorcycles from KTM and Husqvarna. So there's no change as such there. Bike doesn't feel frantic as such. Braking performance could have been better. Okay, it has the same brakes as the 390 Adventure, but in order to cut cost, what they did now, they've actually put the brake pads which are cheaper, and that you can feel because braking performance isn't that inspiring. It's not that great brakes in terms of, you know, outright feel and feedback, initial bite as well. That said, ride quality acceptable, handling is also good, but then extra weight being carried around for no reason whatsoever. Bike does sound nice, decently nice, and the fuel economy is around 26 to 30 kilometers per liter, which is kind of okay, not that great, not that bad either. The gearbox is slick shifting, but it doesn't get a quick shifter. It does get a slipper clutch though, and here we're gonna stop and into first gear and off we go. First gear 55, second gear 76 or something of that sort. Brakes could have been so much better on this bike. Seat is very wide, so unless you're fat, you're not going to really enjoy the seat as such. 76 kilometers per hour in second gear. Mirrors offer a good view of what's around, but the same mirrors as the first generation of the Duke, which means that they have not worked on that at all. Seat height is plenty, more than adequate. Yeah, there's actually a 12 volt charging socket right here to charge your phone, and a GPS mount too, and you can actually adjust the visor, although there is a lot of wind blast for my height, but it's not manually, it is manually adjustable. You just can't do it like this. You have to, you know, remove a screw or so and then only do it, otherwise that does not happen. I would have wished if the brakes were better on this bike. So like I was telling, all the electronics have gone. It has got two ABS modes. One is of course the road mode, and there's an off-road mode as well, which turns off rear ABS so you can go sliding, but there's no traction control, there's no cornering ABS either. So yeah, it's just like the 390 Adventure went on a cost cutting spree. So why would this bike really appeal to you? Pay 70,000 more and get the 390 Adventure, no? Yeah, actually that makes a lot more sense to me, to get the 390 Adventure. But someone who wants to enter the adventure fray, wants something which is giving you the adventure vibes and the adventure feel, at 70,000 lesser, would opt for this. For me or for you as well, and for everyone out there, I would just suggest, just get the freaking 390 Adventure, ride it insanely so that you don't extract all the horses. This instrument cluster is also not very impressive for me. Now it gets a trellis frame, it's got WP suspension as well, okay, WP apex suspension, so some good bits, some bad bits. Actually the cost cutting which they've done now to arrive at a lower price, that's kind of irking me out. See, knocking because of the tall gearing, need to downshift. A lot of vibes can be felt. So what is the price of this motorcycle? Around 2,90,000-92,000, somewhere of that sort, and that is close to 3 lakh rupees. A lot of money for a 250cc adventure motorcycle, to be honest. Might as well get the 390. Firstly, I never liked either of the 250s. In fact, Dhanil was telling me that whenever he rides a KTM motorcycle, he wants to buy one. But with the Adventure 250, he's like, no, baby, I don't want... Okay, he didn't say baby, but he's told me that he doesn't want to buy the 250 Adventure. And I was like, what's wrong? You always want to buy every KTM motorcycle you ride. He's not impressed either with this bike because it just doesn't move as fast as you would expect because of the heavy weight. I think they really need to work on increasing the performance of their 250cc engine, because that is powering a lot of bikes, including Husqvarna's. Yeah. And obviously the lower KTM models like the Duke, because of the lighter weight, obviously performance isn't an issue, but here in the 250 Adventure, the weight is kind of bogging this bike down dramatically. And off we go. Red lines at 10,500 RPM. I reckon it will take around 10 seconds to go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, which makes it decently quick, but not really even close to the 390 Adventure. So guys, this is my vlog of the KTM 250 Adventure, a motorcycle which is more accessible in terms of price, but you rather pay slightly more and get the 390 Adventure, because the 390 Adventure just feels so much better in every possible way. If you like this vlog, make sure to give it a thumbs up, that's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Okay, slipper clutch works really well on this bike, but because of the lack of a quick shifter, somehow the gearbox feels a little hard. Yeah, we'll deal with that later. Bye bye.
Finally you found a KTM to upgrade to.
No, I was just saying this is the only KTM bike Dhanil does not want to buy, because he wants to buy everything.
Yeah. On that note, salary bada do na.
This vlog is over.